Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, home of your University of Tampa Spartans. Tonight, the Spartans welcome Florida Technical College. Here are tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the Panthers of Florida Tech, who entered tonight's record with a record of 8-2. Defender is a junior from Barnegat, New Jersey, number 1, Ashley Walter. Midfielder is a senior from Hopkinton, Massachusetts, number 3, Caroline Mclaughlin. Midfielder is a senior from Lewis Center, Ohio, number 5, Kaylee O'Brien. Midfielder is a sophomore from Manchester, England, number 6, Millie Hurt. Midfielder is a freshman from Pequannock, New Jersey, number 9, Charlotte Hardy. Defender is a sophomore from Middletown, Maryland, number 11, Maggie Reed. Attacker is a junior from Igemsville, Maryland, number 14, Rachel Johnson.
Pretty much, yeah.
Midfielder is a sophomore from Washington Township, New Jersey, number 21, Jennifer Boyle. Attacker is a freshman from Boca Raton, Florida, number 24, Carly Nero. Attacker is a junior from Severna Park, Maryland, number 27, Kayla Minton. Defender is a freshman from Flower Mound, Texas, number 98, Mackenzie Smith. In goal for the Panthers is a freshman from West Long Branch, New Jersey, number 99, Kaylee Canessa. Head coach of the Panthers is Mackenzie Rafferty, assisted by Madison Field. And now, here are the starters for your University of Tampa Spartans, who entered tonight's game with a record of 6-6. Midfielder is a junior from Sudbury, Massachusetts, number 4, Odie O'Gallinson. Midfielder is a junior from Waxhaw, North Carolina, number 6, Cece Colombo. Midfielder is a grad student from Wall, New Jersey, number 12, Madison Burch. Midfielder is a senior from Centennial, Colorado, number 16, Lizzie Pierpont. Defender is a freshman from Worthington, Ohio, number 20, Isabella Avila. Defender is a grad student from Tampa, Florida, number 21, Holliston Wagner. Defender is a senior from Smithtown, New York, number 22, Danny Water. Defender is a senior from Whitehall, Maryland, number 23, Erin Sistak. Attacker is a junior from Farmingdale, New York, number 31, Olivia Mott. Midfielder is a sophomore from Ocean City, Maryland, number 34, Alyssa Romano. Attacker is a sophomore from Hudson, Ohio, number 43, Sarah Hinkle. And in goal is a freshman from Avon, Ohio, number 45, Kylie Warnke. Head coach of your Spartans is Kelly Gallagher, assisted by Kaylee Gilday and Hillary Hand. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. NCAA, the University of Tampa, and Florida Tech College all promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Using obscene gestures, profanity, racial, sexist, or unduly provocative language or action toward officials, opponents, spectators, or administrators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the premises. The use of artificial noisemakers and alcohol products are not permitted. Smoking is permitted along the fenced areas outside the stadium. Be sure to check out our digital game program for today's matchup. Go to utgameday.com on your mobile device to view the team. Thank you. Enjoy the game.
Wait, how is it, man? This? Yes, sir. T, that's forward. Gotcha.
Good afternoon from the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex on the grounds of the University of Tampa campus. This afternoon, the Tampa Spartans play host to the Florida Tech Panthers. I'm Bruce Wozniak here to call the action for you on a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday afternoon. 86 degrees, our game time temperature, as these two Sunshine State Conference rivals get ready to go head-to-head here. The Panthers come in with an impressive 8-2 one-loss record. The Spartans have just recently gotten back to the 500 mark. They are 6-6 and are ranked number 16 nationally. And the Spartans you see all in white this afternoon. And their starting goaltender will be Kylie Warnken, a freshman from Avon, Ohio, who we've seen plenty of this season. The Panthers, they likewise go with a freshman goaltender, Kaylee Canessa from West Long Branch, New Jersey, gets the start for head coach Mackenzie Rafferty. And the Panthers, you see, will be going from left to right here in this first quarter and are all in black with white numbers and white letters. And we're getting set here for the opening draw. That's Lizzie Pierpont for UT. And on the draw for the Panthers, that was Caroline McLeod, and this is her with possession. And McLeod brings it down into the Spartans' end of the field with a pass to Carly Nero. Nero into the corner. It is chased down there by Aaron Sistek. And now a pass for McLeod as the Panthers work it around. This is Jennifer Boyle. Back to McLeod again. And McLeod, watched now by Alyssa Romano as the Panthers work it back up top. That's Rachel Johnson on the move, and her pass over to the far side to Boyle. And a loose ball, and looked like O'Neill Gallinson was going to pick it up for the Spartans, but there to pick it up for the Panthers was Kayla Minton. And now Florida Tech working to get a shot, and not going to be that one, as there's a stoppage in play. The official with the call that looks like it will go against Isabella Avila. And so a free position attempt here coming up for Charlotte Hardy. Hardy one-on-one against Kylie Warnken and scores. 1 minute, 4 seconds into the game, Charlotte Hardy gets the game's first goal. And that is her 7th lucky 7 on the 2022 season for Charlotte Hardy, who also has 7 assists. So moves up to 14 points on the season now. And this time we're going to see Cece Colombo take the draw for UT. Colombo was opposed there by Caroline McLeod as you see the Spartans in control. And that's Lizzie Pierpont taking it down into the corner and a pass behind the Panthers' net. Spartans with their first offensive possession of the game, and there's a pass to Cece Colombo. And so UT playing from behind very early on. And now Madison Birch breaks in, and that's going to go wide and out of bounds. Birch comes into today's game as UT's leading goal getter and point getter. 36 goals, 6 assists for 42 points. And there's a pass to her, and Birch is double teamed. And a little flip pass mishandled by Olivia Mott. Now she picks it up. Mott with a pass over to the far side of the field. And Sarah Hinkle being checked has to back up. Her pass up top to Colderman. In the middle, Colombo scores! Cece Colombo with a bounce shot past Kaylee Canessa. And 2 minutes and 19 seconds into the game, the Spartans tie it at 1. And here's the replay as you'll see Colombo bouncing it past Canessa. And for Cece Colombo, that is her 18th goal of the season. And the assist goes to Julia Colderman. And Colombo, for her goal, will get the honors of stepping in for the draw here again against Caroline McLeod. And the ball is out and picked up there. Oh, and down go 3 players. And it's going to be Florida Tech ball. As you see Lizzie Pierpont putting herself back together. And Millie Hurt starts it in for the Panthers. And Pierpont gives chase, as does Olivia Mott. A pass up ahead on the ground and then picked back up by Boyle. And Boyle working inside 3 Spartans defenders on her. Now a pass over to the far side, back up top for McLeod. Caroline McLeod. And on the far side with it now is Jennifer Boyle. And a nice move there by Millie Hurt. But good defensive play by the Spartans and a pass now as the Panthers working in front. Shot that goes wide and out of play. And possession stays with the Panthers. And quickly on the restart, it's Carly Nero to McLeod. McLeod tries to weave through the defense and can't. And good checking there by Holliston Wagner for the Spartans as it goes in behind the UT net. Shot clock down to 20 seconds, working her way out in front, scores! That's Kayla Minton. And so Florida Tech had... And once again, we will see Cece Colombo and Caroline McLeod on this draw. And the ball's out. And Madison Birch comes up with it nicely for UT. Birch on the far side of the field as the Spartans make some personnel changes. And there's a pass on the near side to Sarah Hinkle. And Hinkle, no room to work, drops off a pass for Birch. And look out, as in close pursuit was Kaylee O'Brien for Florida Tech, but UT carries on. Colombo pass in front. Pierpont scores! Lizzie Pierpont, the Spartans answer back very quickly. And the goals, 4 of them in the first 4:24 of the first quarter. So Cece Colombo picks up the assist. She who had the Spartans' first goal. And for Pierpont, that is goal number 22 on the season. And UT would certainly like to break this Panthers-Spartans pattern and take their first lead of the game as we await this draw. And again, Cece Colombo and Caroline McLeod. The ball's out and chased down and picked up by Alyssa Romano. And she plays it back, and now quickly up ahead goes UT. That's Holliston Wagner. Pass to Madison Birch. Up ahead goes Hinkle. And now a pass to Olivia Mott. And Lizzie Pierpont will take it in behind the Panthers' net. Kaylee Canessa, the Panthers goalie, 5'1". And so the Spartans with some room up top if they want to shoot high. And in the meantime, they work it around the perimeter. That's Colderman. And Colderman loses the ball, manages to pick it back up. A pass over to the far side. Hinkle. Nice spin move and good defense by the Panthers as Hinkle has to back up. And it's Colderman over for Madison Birch. Looking to go one-on-one, and a nice pass to Colderman, who shoots it wide, and that'll go out of play on the far side of the field. Possession stays with the Spartans. 22 on the shot clock for them. Pierpont, nice move, come behind the net, comes out in front and scores again. Lizzie Pierpont, the Spartans have their first lead of the game. 5 minutes and 48 seconds in. As nice work there by Lizzie Pierpont, coming from behind the net and then drawing the goaltender Kaylee Canessa over to her. And you see the replay here as she goes far side on Canessa, and an unassisted goal by Lizzie Pierpont. And this time Cece Colombo is going to do battle with Elizabeth Christ. So a change for the Panthers on this draw. Draw controls are 3-2 to this point in favor of UT. So head coach Mackenzie Rafferty makes a change, just as Kelly Gallagher had, what with Lizzie Pierpont having started the game. And we do see her take a good number of draws, although Cece Colombo is no stranger to that situation either. And Colombo, looked like it was going to be a nice job by her to control it herself. The ball's loose, and three of them. Now a Panthers player comes in, Caroline McLeod, and ends up with it. And away she goes with a pass up ahead. Now a long pass that connects on the far side of the field. That's Minton. And Kayla Minton will be chased into the corner by Holliston Wagner. For the Panthers, it's Liebendorfer, her pass down into the corner. And now Minton, looking for room to work, sends it back up top. A pass over that's missed by Hardy and picked up by UT. And going back the other way is Alyssa Romano. And a pass up ahead to Birch. And a pass that connects with Georgia Glowacki. Gets away from three defenders. Gives it to Colderman. Pass down into the far corner. In behind the net, that's Pierpont again. Pierpont looking and giving some direction there. Sends a long pass that connects with Glowacki. And now that's Sarah Hinkle on the far side of the field. Hinkle beats her check, gets some room, and another defender slides over to help out. As you see the ball go out of bounds, and the officials making a call there. The clock stops with 7:47 remaining in the first quarter, as that one is against the Panthers. So a free position attempt here for Georgia Glowacki. And there's the whistle, and Glowacki shoots and scores. The Spartans go into a 2-goal lead. They trailed 1-0 and 2-1. And so they have scored 3 consecutive goals, including that one by Georgia Glowacki. And for Georgia, that is goal number 6 on the season in this, her 8th game of the year. And now we're going to see another change by head coach Kelly Gallagher in the person of Sarah Hinkle coming out to take this draw. So we saw Pierpont, Cece Colombo, and now Sarah Hinkle. And the official now set, backs off, the ball's out. Hinkle chases it down and picks it up herself. Spartans looking for more. Here's Pierpont. And Olivia Mott quickly takes it in behind the Panthers' net. And going in front of the net for UT was Christina Romano, and a stick got up around the top of her head. She's all right, and no call made as things carry on. That's Bryn Nestor with the ball on the far side. Nestor being checked there by Hardy. Up top now to Hinkle. And here is Christina Romano. Romano takes a shot from a tough angle that goes out of bounds on the far side of the field. Still UT ball. And 35 seconds on the shot clock. And here comes Olivia Mott. Mott behind the Panthers' net is bumped. And over to Romano. And Christina sends a pass over. Bryn Nestor picks that one up. To the far side now, Emma Mclaughlin. Mclaughlin with some speed, a pass. Madison Birch, no shot available. Back to Mclaughlin. And Emma has it knocked from her stick. And is it going to be recovered by the Panthers? Kaylee O'Brien. And now it goes out of bounds on the far side of the field. And possession to UT. And they get right back to work with a pass behind the net to Pierpont. Pierpont comes out in front, and a defender slides over to help out. Now Emma Mclaughlin working, takes a shot, scores! Emma Mclaughlin makes it 5-2 with 5:50 left here in the first quarter. And so the Spartans have scored 4 straight goals to take a 3-goal lead, as you see the replay here. And Mclaughlin gets an unassisted goal, and specifically her 15th goal of the year. And is Mackenzie Rafferty going to call a timeout perhaps for Florida Tech? She is, and so we will take a timeout as well. You're watching Tampa Spartans Lacrosse on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Every shot for both teams has gone in the net so far, as the shots on goal are 5-2 in favor of the Spartans, and our score is 5-2 in favor of the Spartans. Lizzie Pierpont has 2 goals, and then Cece Colombo, Emma McLaughlin, and Georgia Glowacki each have 1. Meanwhile, Charlotte Hardy and Kayla Minton have responded for Florida Tech. As you see the timeout expiring, that was called by Panthers head coach Mackenzie Rafferty. Draw controls are 4-3 in favor of the Spartans, and it's going to be Sarah Hinkle to do the honors for the home team this time. And she will be opposed by Elizabeth Christ. And let's see if the timeout has the desired effect on the Panthers in the Sunshine State Conference matchup. And the ball's out. And down to the field for UT went Olivia Mott. The ball's still loose. And coming from behind to make a nice play for the Spartans, that was Christina Romano. And possession awarded to the Spartans. And away goes Erin Sistek. Her pass to Romano. Christina makes a pass into the middle of the field. And now up ahead it's Olivia Mott. Sends it down to Pierpont. Pierpont 5'7", and I mentioned the goaltender Canessa 5'1", so a height advantage, as you saw Lizzie with 2 goals so far and scoring from in close. Might be trying to take advantage of that. Here's Emma McLaughlin, and McLaughlin with a pass over for Romano into the corner now. That's Bryn Nestor. Pass behind the net. And Mott looking for room to work. 2 defenders there. She's knocked down. And knocked down right in front of one of the officials, I might add. And so a call there likely against Kaylee O'Brien of the Panthers. And this will result in a free position attempt for Bryn Nestor. Or correction, not Nestor, but Olivia Mott, who drops back a pass from Emma McLaughlin, and another whistle stopping play that quickly. And so Emma McLaughlin one-on-one here against Kaylee Canessa. And McLaughlin breaks in, scores! Low to the far corner, and the Spartans' lead increases to 6-2 as Emma McLaughlin gets her 2nd goal of the game and now has 16 on the season. So the Spartans, with 2 free position attempts so far in this game, scoring on both of them. Comes with 4:28 left here in the opening quarter as Sarah Hinkle heads out to midfield for this draw against Elizabeth Christ. Christ from up in the Panhandle, Gulf Breeze. I've spent some time up there myself. Sarah Hinkle, an even longer way from home, hailing from Hudson, Ohio. And will we have a goaltending change? I see on the sidelines for the Panthers that freshman Kellen Lucchese looks like she might be getting ready to enter the game. So we'll keep an eye on that, what with Kaylee Canessa having given up 6 goals on 6 shots. As you see the Panthers in possession here. And O'Brien, the pass across midfield, it connects with Rachel Johnson, and now it's played back. And Caroline McLeod on the move, being chased by O'Neill Gallinson. McLeod puts on the brakes. Gallinson marking her. And McLeod weighing her options and gets a step on Gallinson, who now catches back up, and so a pass goes into the corner to Carly Nero. Nero with a nice little burst of speed. Nero looking for some room, and closely checked there by Aaron Sistek, and can't get a shot away. There's a pass in front, shot coming, and it goes out of play off the stick of Carly Liebendorfer. And now put back in front of the net. Warnken battles and emerges with possession. And Kylie Warnken rolls it up ahead. And that's Erin Sistek with it. Now her pass out to midfield. Gallinson juggled it, picks it back up. Gallinson up ahead. O'Neill Gallinson, watch, she's got some wheels. She's got some room to work with, open real estate. Gallinson goes in, scores! A great single-handed effort there by O'Neill Gallinson, and the Spartans go up 7-2. And immediately, Panthers head coach Mackenzie Rafferty giving the hook to Kaylee Canessa as a goaltending change is being made. And Kellen Lucchese now goes between the pipes for the visitors. And for O'Neill Gallinson, that's an unassisted goal. And that is goal number 3 on the season for her. And let's see if the goaltending change stops the bleeding somewhat here for the Panthers, as UT has scored 6 consecutive goals, and we have 2:54 left in the first quarter. Keep in mind, this is a Panthers team that comes in with an 8-2 1-loss record. And the Spartans having their way with them so far. CC Colombo, nice win there as the draw is controlled by Alyssa Romano. And the Spartans in possession once again. There's Olivia Mott heading in behind the Panthers' net. CC Colombo working. Pass over Colderman with a little nod of the head, directing her teammates. Colderman works into the slot, pass in front, CC Colombo, and that one might have been deflected. I don't know that Lucchese made the stop. Spartans still in possession, though. And now Birch with it. Madison Birch has it knocked from her stick. Picks it back up. Birch looks over at Colderman and now flips it to her. Colderman with a move and can't get into the slot. Rolls, nice move, scores! Julia Colderman, wow. Looked like there was going to be no opportunity with 2 defenders there. And then a nice spin move. And she greets the new goaltender, Kellen Lucchese. As you see this replay here with what is the Spartans' 8th goal of the game with just less than 2 minutes left here in the first quarter. And Colderman, goal number 21 on the season. So Colderman joins the scoring parade. As 6 different Spartans players have found the back of the net so far here in the first quarter. And this is CC Colombo again, taking the draw for UT. And for the Panthers that time, it was Kaylee O'Brien, as you see her in possession. O'Brien across the Spartans line. O'Brien waits, and now a pass. On the far side of the field is Johnson. And up top now for Boyle. Boyle trying to go one-on-one there against Isabella Avila. And now here's Rachel Johnson again. Johnson being chased there by Danny Waters, has to send a pass into the corner. Behind the net goes Carly Nero. Nero tries to work her way out in front, and good play there defensively by Aaron Sistek, and teaming up with O'Neill Gallinson. Do they cause a turnover? It's loose. And now the referee right there blows the play dead and does award possession to the Spartans. And 45 seconds left in the first quarter here. And that is emblematic of the way things have gone from the point that Florida Tech scored their second goal on. This has been all UT. The Spartans have caused 3 turnovers. The Panthers have caused 0, although they do right there. And now the Panthers go back the other way, crossing midfield, 19 seconds left in the quarter. And Mackenzie Smith, as you see, Madison Birch go down to the field for the Spartans. And Mackenzie Smith, the Panthers will have to get a shot off right away. Clock winding down, pass in front, scores. Let's see, do they count it? No. The official right there as the clock expired before the ball found the back of the net. So through one quarter, the Spartans with a big 6-goal lead. It's 8-2. We'll be back with the second quarter on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person, and we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back live as we get ready to start the second quarter. Spartans outshoot Florida Tech 9-2 in the first quarter. So between the two teams combined, every shot went in the net except for one. A save that was made by Kellen Lucchese. She came in after starting goaltender Kaylee Canessa allowed 7 goals on 7 shots. Draw controls were 6-5 in favor of the Spartans in the first quarter, and as I mentioned in the waning moments of that first quarter, the Spartans had caused 3 turnovers and just 1 by the Panthers. And now the draw to start the second quarter. Cece Colombo, who had taken the draw for UT. Spartans are successful. And interesting, as I just saw Colombo change sticks with Holliston Wagner as Wagner goes off the field. And the stick used for the draw handed off on the sideline, and Wagner's back out there. Rachel Johnson, meanwhile, pass for Minton for the Panthers. In front, and that was Millie Hurt, as you see it go out of play behind the Spartans' net. And here's Johnson now. Pass up top for McLeod. McLeod and trying to get past Isabella Avila, not successful as it goes into the corner. Panthers can't get someone open in front, and so Carly Nero continues working, tries to do it herself, but strong defensive play from Erin Sistek, and now a little too strong Alyssa Romano, and taking place right in front of the official. And we're going to have a call here 1 minute, 21 seconds into the second quarter. And Alyssa Romano is going to go have a seat in the penalty area. A 2-minute call against her.
A yellow card has been issued to Tampa's number 34, Alyssa Romano.
So the yellow card against Alyssa Romano. And now a free position attempt coming up for the Panthers. And instead, pass is dropped back, and up top it goes to Nero. Now to this side of the field as Liebendorfer sends it to Minton, who sends it way up top to McLeod. And McLeod over for Nero, and a pass over to the far side of the field to Johnson, and she gets there just before it rolls out, but hold on. Danny Waters with the play defensively. Panthers still with the ball, or do they lose it because Holliston Wagner, working hard on defense, comes out with it. And a nice job by her as she looks to advance it up ahead and uses teammate O'Neill Gallinson for some help. O'Neill Gallinson uses her speed to split the defenders across midfield, and now a pass up ahead to Glowacki. And Glowacki puts it on the ground a couple times, finally recovers, and Glowacki on the run. Her pass now connects with Mott behind the net. That's Pierpont. And still 57 seconds in the call against Romano, as that one's going to go out of bounds. And so the Spartans turn it over. Now the Panthers starting out of their own end. At midfield, a bunch of them battle for it. It rolls out of bounds, and the official right there on the line to call it in favor of Florida Tech. Jennifer Boyle puts it in play up ahead to McLeod. And O'Neill Gallinson races back to catch her. There's a pass in the slot, and no opportunity for a shot from Millie Hurt. That's Boyle with it for McLeod. McLeod tries to work inside, and the Spartans defense just puts a wall up there. And now UT causes another turnover. Away goes Lizzie Pierpont across midfield. Pierpont with a pass up ahead to Colombo. Colombo's got some speed, passes down low, out in front, they score! Olivia Mott. And credit to CC Colombo as she'll get the assist. And the Spartans' lead now grows to 9-2. 3 minutes, 27 seconds into the second quarter. And here's the replay. Colombo with the pass to Mott. And then Mott finishes beating Kellen Lucchese. So the Spartans pick up where they left off in the first quarter, as they have scored 8 consecutive goals. This was actually a 2-1 Panther lead, and that seems like a lifetime ago for them at this point. As Sarah Hinkle comes out for UT to oppose Kaylee O'Brien on the draw. So since the goaltending change, Kellen Lucchese has let in 2 of the 3 shots that she has faced. And now the ball's out, and the official blows the whistle on the far side of the field and awards possession to Florida Tech. And hold on, Spartans, can they cause another turnover? A good play there by Christina Romano, and yes, possession to the Spartans, and Christina Romano takes it herself, and now a pass over for Gallinson. O'Neill Gallinson puts it on the ground, picks it back up ahead to Bryn Nestor, and Nestor having a little trouble finding the handle. They kick at it, and Bryn Nestor, as Boyle goes down for the Panthers, and a call against UT. And the Panthers put it in play, albeit playing it back. And now Ashley Walter starts it up. Walter, a pass that connects with Mackenzie Smith. Smith being chased by Mott, loses it. And now under some duress, Mackenzie Smith sends it over for Walter. Walter with a pass up ahead. And met by a whole group of Spartan defenders was Millie Hurt. And now she restarts. And Boyle with a pass down into the corner, and Boyle gets it right back. Up top with it now, Nero. And over to the far side of the field, and quickly sent down into the corner. And tiptoeing on the end line, and a call against the Spartans, so possession stays with the Panthers. Charlotte Hardy gives it back to Fallon Mears. Mears changes hands. And a pass that connects with Minton. Minton up top now. It's Nero. Nero thought she had a step, but a nice job sliding over defensively. Aaron Sistek. And the Spartans, well, that one seems to go out of bounds on the far side of the field, right at the Spartans' sideline. And so the Panthers put it back into play from over there, and trying to gain midfield is Kaylee O'Brien. And now Florida Tech just trying to get into the Spartans' end of the field. Some difficulty. As that one, will it be turned over? Paid short right there for UT, and the official does award possession to the Spartans. A long pass up ahead. Mott to Emma Mclaughlin. Mclaughlin wants to go one-on-ones, bumped. And a call there against Ashley Walter of Florida Tech. And so Emma Mclaughlin now with 8:14 left here in the second quarter. Her pass over for Nestor in the middle. Birch scores! Madison Birch finally gets on the score sheet. The team's leading goal and point getter. Goal number 37 on the season. She makes it 10-2 with 8:07 left here in the second quarter as you see the replay here. And Birch, assisted by Bryn Nestor, you could see Birch was hungry for that one and went and got what she wanted, beating Kellen Lucchese. And this Sunshine State Conference rivalry, the 2022 Tampa edition, is all Spartans so far. And O'Brien out there now for the Panthers. That was Sarah Hinkle for UT. And the official on the far side of the field calls possession for the Spartans. And here goes Christina Romano, pass to Mclaughlin, and now to the corner, Olivia Mott. Mott with a pass in front and hit the goalpost. Madison Birch almost had her second goal that quickly as the Panthers try to start out, and the Spartans, Madison Birch causes the turnover, and so UT gets it right back. Here's Christina Romano with it. Pass over for Birch, and now to Mott. And this is Lizzie Pierpont behind the net. Pierpont being chased, sends a pass over. Nestor looking for an opening, sends it back behind the net to Mott. Olivia Mott being watched there by Ashley Walter. And the pass is now picked up by Mclaughlin. Over for Nestor. Here's Birch again. Madison Birch tries to get past her check, and a low shot that goes out of play. Possession stays with the Spartans. Still 30 seconds on the shot clock for them. And Mott now looking in front of the net. Couldn't get it to Pierpont as she was watched too closely. Mclaughlin, and hold on, a call against the Panthers. That'll be against O'Brien, so an opportunity here for Emma Mclaughlin. And Emma Mclaughlin, who already has 2 goals in this game. 1-on-1 here against Lucchese. And Mclaughlin, who does have speed, scores again. 3rd goal of the game. Emma Mclaughlin makes it 11-2 with 6:27 remaining here in the second quarter. And the Panthers gift wrapping it for UT with these free position attempts, as you see the replay here. And Mclaughlin uses her speed to get off the line and put that one in the back of the net. Emma Mclaughlin now up to 17 goals on the season, thanks to the 3 that she has today. Spartans have now scored 11 goals on 13 shots. And the one category where Florida Tech is staying close is draw controls. It's only 8-6 favoring the Spartans. And the ball's out, and that one will be, well, it should have been picked up easily by Alyssa Romano, but she couldn't find the handle. And so the Panthers instead have it on the far side of the field. Here's Mears for O'Brien. And now on the far side of the field is Carly Nero. And back up top they go. This is McLeod. Now Liebendorfer over for McLeod. McLeod being watched closely there by Avila. And a pass back over for Liebendorfer. She picks it up. Liebendorfer being watched by Alyssa Romano, so she sends it up top instead to Nero. And the Spartans doing a great job defensively, keeping everything to the outside for Florida Tech. Now in behind the net. For the Panthers, that's Liebendorfer. Being watched by Alyssa Romano. Liebendorfer gets a step, has some room. Liebendorfer, oh, and Romano from behind takes her down. And play stopping with 18 seconds left on the shot clock. 5:06 left in the second quarter. And now on the restart, this is Nero. And just 10 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see if the Panthers can get something away here. There's a shot, hit the goalpost. And Nero was that close to finally getting the Panthers back on the scoreboard as Madison Birch picks it up. Now Birch just lobs a pass over for Sistek. Pass up ahead connects with Pierpont. Her pass to Olivia Mott. Mott takes it in behind the Panthers' net. Mott to Kolderman. Kolderman takes it inside, and her shot goes out of bounds. Possession stays with UT. And now it's put back in by Olivia Mott. Mott looking in front and can't find an open teammate, holds onto it and sends it instead behind the net. That's Pierpont over to the far side for Birch. Birch to Glowacki, and met there by a defender. A pass misses Colombo. Now she picks it up. CC fires it behind the net to Olivia Mott. 25 on the shot clock for the Spartans. Kolderman pass inside for Glowacki. Hinkle ends up with it, and Hinkle is borderline double teamed. And Glowacki over for Kolderman now. Kolderman inside. Birch couldn't corral the pass. It's loose. And the shot clock at 6 seconds. Neither team able to gain possession. And now the official right there on the spot to call it in favor of Florida Tech. As the clock continues to wind down, as we have only 3 minutes left now in the second quarter. And a loose ball on the far side of the field. The official there calling it. Possession stays with the Panthers. And it bears repeating, 10 straight goals for the Spartans, who had trailed 2-1 early on in this game. And now Florida Tech, McLeod with it. McLeod tries to go one-on-one against Alyssa Romano, and Warnken with the save there. And Warnken goes behind her net, looking for an open teammate, being chased there by Liebendorfer. And Warnken, a little bit of trouble here, and finally sends it over. CC Colombo mishandled it, and the Panthers come up with it. And now a loose ball, and Florida Tech still in possession. Pass in front, and a nice save there by Warnken on the shot by Hurt. The Panthers get the rebound. Liebendorfer sends it over for Mears. Mears is chased, sends it back to Liebendorfer. And now McLeod with it. McLeod being watched by Gallinson. This is Mears again. Pass over for Nero. And Nero looked in front of the net, but Hurt was too closely guarded. Takes it in behind the Spartans net. There's a pass, doesn't connect. And three of them battle for it, and racing in to scoop that up for UT, and taking over was Holliston Wagner. And away she goes. Wagner gets away from three Panthers. And up ahead now to Pierpont. 59 seconds left in the quarter. Pass over. Julia Kolderman picks it up for UT. Pass down low. Mott behind the Panthers net. Now Pierpont out in front. Hinkle, and the Panthers do a nice job defensively, but hold on, the ball's still loose. Kolderman comes up with it somehow, and the official there calling a push against the Panthers. And so we'll have a free position attempt here for Colderman as we get ready to wrap up the second quarter. And Colderman, waiting for the official's whistle, gets it and shoots and scores. And the Spartans pouring it on, a 12-2 lead now as Colderman gets her second goal of the game. And the free position attempts have been the Spartans' friend today, as they are now 4 for 4. As you see the replay there, Colderman beating Lucchese. And not much has changed, unfortunately, for Coach Mackenzie Rafferty. She makes the change from starting goaltender Kaylee Canessa, who gave up 7 goals on 7 shots, to Kellen Lucchese. Kaylee Canessa gives up 7 on 7, and Lucchese gives up 5 goals on 7 shots. So we reach halftime, and the Spartans go into the break with a huge 12-2 lead, outscoring the Panthers 8-2 in the first quarter and 4-0 in the second. So we'll be back with more Tampa Spartans lacrosse in the form of the third quarter after the halftime break here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Just another ordinary day at UT.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Back live and ready to start the second half, and the Spartans all over Florida Tech in that first half, a 12-2 lead. And it's worth repeating that the Spartans scored 12 goals on 14 shots. And for Florida Tech, it's been a long time since they actually led in this game 2-1. And so outscored ever since that point, 11-0. And so the teams are back out on the field, and I am now joined here in the booth by Taylor Stolworthy as CC Colombo goes out there for this draw against Kaylee O'Brien. And the Spartans, by the way, changing goaltenders as Kylie Warnken gets a much-deserved rest. Terrific performance by her. And instead, we now have Alex Walling in goal for the Spartans. And O'Neill Gallinson starts it up, and this is where we left off at the end of the first half. The Spartans in possession once again, and now Mott takes it down for the Spartans and sends it into the corner to Pierpont, and a whistle stopping play. And keep in mind that it's a 10-goal differential, and so by rule we will have a running clock now with the Spartans leading 12-2. And so Pierpont will put it into play. As you see the official back there setting her, and now she resumes with a pass to Madison Birch. Birch on the move. Birch gives up the slot, sends a pass instead over to Colombo, and CC Colombo with a pass back for Hinkle. Hinkle being bumped there. Hinkle turns towards the slot, and the defender goes with her, so a pass instead to Birch, and now Colderman. Colderman had the lane, chooses not to take it, instead over to CC Colombo. Colombo being watched there by Kaylee O'Brien, and a loose ball will be chased down. Colderman picks that one up, and Colderman in control here as there's still plenty of time left on the shot clock for the Spartans, 49 seconds, and this is Sarah Hinkle with it now. Hinkle tries to get a pick from Colombo, and Hinkle will give it to Colombo now. CC changes hands. Over for Colderman now, and two defenders on her. Madison Birch wanted to shoot, passes in front instead, and unable to get the shot away was Abby Hope, but she does pick up the loose ball. Inside now, CC Colombo, and she's met, and they rake at it, and coming out of the pack with it is Sarah Hinkle, and the Spartans need to work for a shot now as the shot clock continues to wind down, and it's at 10 seconds. There's a pass. Colderman passes it back, and that one misses. Pierpont picks it up. 3 seconds left on the shot clock in front, and the shot was taken, and it actually hit Kaylee O'Brien, and she's down, Taylor.
Yeah, that's not good, and it was trying to get a shot off at the last second, and it collides with her, so hopefully she's okay. She's still down, but getting up. And that's what you call putting your body on the line for the team, getting in the way of a shot, even if it's accidentally. It keeps the deficit at 12-12. But we're also seeing here that it looks like Tampa will get a free position.
Well, CC Colombo is talking to the official, as I think Colombo's argument was that was a shot on goal. We should have possession with a fresh shot clock, and the official's meeting her halfway and saying fresh shot clock, sure, but for the Panthers. And so the goaltender, Lucchese, with it in her own crease, and now she sends it up ahead, and Alyssa Romano looked like she was going to get the takeaway for the Spartans, but not the case, although the Panthers have to play it back into their own corner, and now to Lucchese again. Lucchese looking for help, and on the side, one of her teammates says, no, go that way, and instead the Spartans take it away. There's a pass inside, and Avila shoots, and Lucchese makes the save as it rolls just out of play, and the official there on the back line calls it in favor of the Spartans. And so this is the possession that CC Colombo wanted, and it just took an extra minute and an extra bounce or turnover or whistle to make it happen. But now Sarah Hinkle flips it to none other than CC Colombo. Pass to Birch. Birch breaks in, and a stick came up on her from Caroline McLeod. And a whistle there, the call against the Panthers. And so Madison Birch, who has, I'm going to say, just one goal in this game with an opportunity here for her second, and I say just one because, as I mentioned in the first half, she is the team's leading goal scorer and point getter. And now here she goes one-on-one against Lucchese and scores!
And that's number 2 for Birch in the game. And it's always great to be able to be the team's top goal scorer and continuing a goal-scoring run in a pretty strong game like this. I mean, 13-2 Spartan lead and able to execute it off of the reposition. We've got the replay right here. Pretty much a direct one-on-one. Has enough space, takes it, and no fault there for Lucchese. Just really hard shot to defend in that situation. And the Spartans go up by 11. And as we said earlier, because at the start of the second, or at the end of the second quarter, Tampa got up by 10 and started the running clock. So that running clock will continue. Will be around 10 minutes flat when play resumes and everyone is back into the defensive mid and attacking thirds.
And these calls against the Panthers have really been a thorn in their side today because the Spartans are 5 for 5 on free position attempts. And so I'm sure that head coach Mackenzie Rafferty is going to really have some words for her team about all these calls that they've taken that have resulted in opportunities. And at the same time, you do have to credit the Spartans for being able to make them all count. It's one thing to get free position attempts. It's another thing to be able to convert them, as Colombo comes in looking for more, and down goes the Panthers player, Mackenzie Smith. And out of all that is going to actually come a free position attempt for CC Colombo.
And I think on that play, CC Colombo, of course, we did see the Florida Tech player go down. But the reason was because she was defending with a high stick that hit into Colombo. Colombo was just moving so fast and was saying, no, you're not going to get in the way of my shot. I will go right through you. And benefits in the end with the free position. So another unlucky foul and another free position chance for the Spartans.
Colombo with a goal and 2 assists in this game. Make that 2-2 as she scores. And the onslaught continues. 14-2 now. UT really pouring it on.
And you mentioned Florida Tech had the lead to start the game. So this is an unprecedentedly large run for the Spartans. And we see right here, Colombo goes up, takes it, and excuse my lack of defining that goal, but it's pretty simple. You have the free position, and Colombo is a strong enough player. If you give her a free position like that, 9 times out of 10, that's going to go in the back of the net. And it was one of those 9 times. And it's her second of the game. And that actually makes her 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total for Spartans that have gotten 2 or more goals, even though there are also 3 other Spartans with 1 goal in this game.
And on the season, CC now with 19 goals and 14 assists. And the bad news for the Panthers is that we're only about halfway through the third quarter. And things have gone from bad to worse for the Panthers as we see the draw here coming up between Sarah Hinkle and looks like Kaylee O'Brien for the Panthers. In fact, it was, and the ball's out, and that will be Hinkle that will come out with it. And so Hinkle controls the draw, sends a pass over for Olivia Mott, and Mott sends it in behind the net to Pierpont. And Pierpont got out in front, but no shot available, so Mclaughlin over now to Christina Romano on the far side. Emma Mclaughlin with it. Mclaughlin thought she saw an opening and passes it instead to Montgomery. And McKelsie Montgomery loses the handle, and a few of them trying to pick it up, and the official there with the whistle and calling it in favor of Florida Tech. And so O'Brien puts it back into play. This is Jennifer Boyle now. Boyle with 3 Spartans players around her, and finally gets it off to O'Brien. And now O'Brien, watch out, she's being chased by McKelsie Montgomery, and O'Brien finally sends it up ahead, and O'Neill Gallinson, it's turned over, and some sloppy play here as now the Panthers chase down a loose ball, and it ends up in the stick of Gallinson again. And the official calling this one in possession of the Spartans. And so Emma Mclaughlin starts it up ahead, her pass for Montgomery. Montgomery's going to be chased. Montgomery gets across the Panthers line. And now things starting to open up as there's some space for Olivia Mott to go to work. She takes it in behind the Panthers net. There's a pass in front. Scores! Emma Mclaughlin gets the goal. And that's 4 on the game for her, as the lead now grows to 15-2.
McLaughlin on fire, and as we can see, it was a great play for the Spartans to get their 15th of the game. It's just a good run if you watch McLaughlin go through the defenders and find the open space in front of the goal, and a great pass right there to find McLaughlin to get the assist, to get the shot, to now give the Spartans an extension to their lead. Not that they needed it. And, of course, on that play, assisted by Olivia Mott, a great pass to find McLaughlin cutting inside. For Mott, that is Mott's second point, as Mott also scored a goal earlier.
And Emma Mclaughlin now with 18 goals on the season, as we see the draw coming up here with Sarah Hinkle out there for UT. And this time for the Panthers, that is not Kaylee O'Brien. And the clock continues to run. 5 minutes left in the third quarter. As I mentioned earlier, by rule, we are in that running clock due to the goal differential of 10 or more. And for the Panthers on the draw, that was Elizabeth Christ. And the Panthers do have possession here as Hardy sends a pass up ahead to Smith and taken away. Just like that, back goes Danny Waters. She said, "Look what I found." And a pass over for Birch. Now this is Emma Mclaughlin with it. Mclaughlin over for Christina Romano. Back to Mclaughlin. And now Montgomery trying to go one-on-one here, and looked like she was going to get past O'Brien, nothing doing, and it's Mott in behind the net. Mott has it knocked from her stick, and good defensive play there for the Panthers by Ashley Walter, as up ahead goes her teammate Carly Nero. Nero has shown some good speed in this game. Nero into the Spartans' end of the field, and a pass down low that's just too tall for Madison Savji. And it goes out of play, so turned over as the Spartans put it back in play. Holliston Wagner sending it up ahead. Emma Mclaughlin on the run. Mclaughlin across midfield. We've seen her speed. And Erin Sistek with it now. Over to the far side of the field. And the Spartans will take it down in behind the Panthers' net. That's Lizzie Pierpont back there. Pierpont comes out in front, scores! Somehow she gets it past Kellen Lucchese, and for Lizzie Pierpont, that is her third goal of the game.
It's a good goal to complete her hat trick. Notably, she and a Panthers defender had gone down on the play, is able to get to the outside, and fires a shot almost out of nowhere. It's even hard to look from the replay exactly where she's able to fire and fit it through the defenders. So a great play by Pierpont to complete the hat trick. And the Spartans' run continues.
They're now up 16-2. And the clock now at 2:25 left in the third quarter. As Sarah Hinkle goes out there, draw controls are 11-8 in favor of the Spartans.
I'd argue that's something you can take away for the Panthers. You weren't getting dominated in the draw control factor. You were able to win close to half of them. And obviously, it's not a great result to take a look at it, but being competitive on the draw is always something that you can say, hey, we did a good job in that category.
One category where they have not done well at all is caused turnovers. 13 by the Spartans and only 5 by the Panthers. As Olivia Mott flips a pass for Pierpont. And now up top, Montgomery. Picked up over on the far side by Emma Mclaughlin. The Spartans have scored 16 times on 19 shots. And now Romano turns the corner in the slot, takes a shot that goes out of play, and down to the field goes Christina Romano. Picks herself back up quickly.
It's one of the rare shots not on goal for the Spartans. They've had 26 total shots, but 19 have been directly on goal, where 3 of them were saved. 16 of them found themselves in the back of the net. It looks like the Spartans are actually getting ready with a free position right here.
Christina Romano one-on-one against Kellen Lucchese. And waiting for the official's whistle. There it is, and she scores. And the Spartans, amazing, staying perfect. 7 for 7 now on free position attempts as the lead swells to 17-2 with 1:10 seconds left in the third.
And a great job there by Romano to be able to score there for her first goal of the game. And looking at the replay, takes it, just a nice bounce shot that gets Lucchese looking at it. It's taken well enough that Lucchese wasn't really able to do anything to stop it.
And goal number 7 on the season for Romano. Spartans scored 8 times in the first quarter. They led 8-2 at the end of 1. Then they scored 4 times in the second. They've scored 5 times here in the third. And this is going to be one entry in the Sunshine State Conference rivalry that the Panthers will not want to see when they look down the long history of games played between these two teams. As now the Panthers bring it up. Just 10 seconds left in the third quarter, however. And a whistle as the stick came up from one of the UT players. And they do stop the clock with 6 seconds left because we're going to have a yellow card here. And let's see which one of the Spartans it is that's going off over to the penalty area on the far side of the field. It looks like Danny Waters. And in fact it is, as there's 2 minutes up on the scoreboard against her. Check to the head. And on the restart, the Panthers, a pass inside, and they won't get a shot away in time as the quarter expires. So the Spartans score 5 times more in the third quarter and increase what was a 12-2 halftime lead to 17-2. And we will be back with the fourth quarter here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Back live at the Namoli Family Athletic and Intramural Complex, the Spartans leading 7-2. And after this game, they will get on the road for an afternoon game against number 6 Rollins this coming Saturday. And if you've been watching our broadcast from a Florida Tech perspective, thank you very much. And your team's next game will also be on Saturday, a 3 o'clock game at home against number 25 Lynn. And right now, we get ready for the draw to start the fourth and final quarter of this game as CC Colombo is out there for a UT opposing Caroline McLeod of the Panthers. And the Panthers making another goaltending change, and this time it's going to be sophomore Emily Harris from Charlotte, North Carolina. So the third goaltender of the game for the visitors after we saw Kaylee Canessa start and give up 7 goals on 7 shots. And then they didn't fare much better when Kellen Lucchese took over, giving up 10 goals and making just 3 saves.
As we were mentioning some of the players on the field, someone who won't be on the field to start out for the Spartans will be Danny Waters. Her penalty from the previous quarter will resume here, so it gives the Panthers a player advantage, but it hasn't seemed to stop the Spartans with possession just yet, as they now have it in the attacking third behind the goal once more.
And that's Olivia Mott with a pass over for Abby Hope and a whistle. And it's the official all the way up at the top that makes the call. And now the official who's down behind the net with some instructions for Abby Hope, and she puts it back into play. Olivia Mott with it. Mott being chased there by Walter. And now Colderman looking for some room, and nothing open, has to send it over for Abby Hope. Down into the corner now for Pierpont. Lizzie Pierpont tries to get away from her check. That's Maggie Reed with the defense. Olivia Mott with the ball now. Mott with the pass, and no shot available there. And so backing up, Abby Hope. And now sends it over for Sarah Hinkle. Hinkle, and she's chased and has to give it up to Colderman. Colderman with a pass. Here comes Madison Birch. 10 on the shot clock. Over for Colderman. Colderman puts her shoulder down, and a pass in front. Hinkle's shot doesn't get through, and the shot clock expires. And so the Panthers will take over, and just 10 seconds left in the call against Danny Waters. And the Panthers start out of their own end. Spartans back at full strength as Panthers cross midfield. Here's a pass for Hardy. Back for McLeod. McLeod, a pass in the middle, doesn't connect, and not able to hold on to it was Alex Walling. Spartans come out with it anyways. And ahead goes Danny Waters. Waters with a long pass ahead. That one connects with Abby Hope. Hope with a pass in the middle. Birch, nice passing, and a shot, they score. That's Sarah Hinkle and the Spartans. Wow, 18-2 as Sarah Hinkle joins the scoring parade.
That's a fluid, flowing offense, an absolutely beautiful play from the commentator's booth here. I mean, if you just take a look, the pass to the inside, the pass over again to Waters, and then to Hinkle. And Hinkle just making an amazing shot right there to score another goal for the Spartans. In total, Hinkle will get her first of the game, but in terms of total Spartan goal scorers, we've got quite a few, 10 in total. And in terms of players with assists for the Spartans, we still have 4 as well. So point contributions all over the board on what would be a perfect day for the Spartans and one for the Panthers. I'll kind of give them some advice. They want to be like goldfishes. They have very short memory spans. As they move on to face Lynn, they want to keep this loss in the back of their minds and focus on what they're going to do ahead.
Cece Colombo and Caroline McLeod out there for that draw. And nice job there by Alyssa Romano as Gallinson brings it across midfield for UT. Pass connects Colderman on the run. Colderman looks to her left, sees Mott, and the pass is juggled, and so Mott drops it back now for Abby Hope. Hope as the defense collapses on her, and this is Madison Birch with it. Birch tries to get around her check, puts the shoulder down, loses the ball, and they race for it. Birch gets there first, and now Hinkle with it. Sarah Hinkle, as we are down now to 10.5 minutes left in the game. Hinkle, as the defender goes down, a pass over for Colderman, takes a shot, scores! Julia Colderman beating Emily Harris, and the route continues.
That's just another great Spartans play. Found the open player in Colderman. Colderman fired a shot that is just hard to stop, and not for a lack of effort for Harris. Harris tried to cut it off, but it wasn't enough, and it finds its way into the back of the net. We see right here, holds possession, finds Colderman. Colderman has some space, and then just takes it. And I think it actually beat near post on Harris from the replay. Always a little bit hard to tell, but if so, just a very nicely placed shot right there. And yeah, at this point, Spartans' lead continues. 9:30 to go in the fourth quarter.
And Julia Colderman gets her third goal of the game. The assist goes to Sarah Hinkle. So Hinkle with a goal and an assist, as several Spartans enjoying multi-point games here, as would be expected with 19 goals on the board. And you see the draw there between Cece Colombo and that time Carly Liebendorfer for Florida Tech. As the clock continues to run, 9 minutes left in the game now, and possession to the Panthers, and that's Charlotte Hardy across the Tampa line. Hardy on the run and drops it back for McLeod. McLeod over for Liebendorfer, and now into the corner is Minton. Minton has one of the two Panthers goals that came way back in the first 4 minutes of this game. And changing hands and changing direction is Carly Nero. And she's being defended there by Holliston Wagner. And now there's a shot, and handled nicely by Kylie Warnken. So they have switched back to Kylie Warnken after Alex Walling had taken over. And the Spartans at the end of the field score again. And that's 20, as UT is just absolutely pouring it on here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else there is to really say. It's continuing to stay good for the Spartans. They've now gotten their 20th goal of the game, hitting that milestone. And I will say a milestone as well for Warnken. Warnken, up to that point, hadn't had a single save with her appearance in the first quarter, mainly because there just hadn't been a lot of chances to get saves. And ultimately as well, another good goal for the Spartans. Pierpont getting another one, assisted by Hinkle. Pierpont, fourth goal of the game. Hinkle, second assist. And actually an important note, Hinkle has gotten a few of the most recent points right there. If we take a look, Hinkle assisted and Hinkle scored in the two previous points, so Hinkle getting very involved in the fourth quarter.
This is a Spartans team that came into today's game averaging exactly 16 goals a game. And that number will go up even more as they are in a 20-2 lead. And this still with 6:45 left in the game.
And normally you'd question, Bruce, because Tampa is ranked nationally number 16, that, hey, Tampa's 500 in record. Are they really a top national side? I think it's these performances that are why they're rated so highly, even though their record doesn't necessarily show every bit of their strength. You have to take a look at the way they play, the effort they show. Because they're not kicking back and relaxing even with this lead. They are continuing to apply pressure and push forward. That's the way Kelly Gallagher manages her team, and I fully respect it. Even though, and
Romano with a pass and a whistle stopping play, as we're going to have a call here against the Panthers. And so Christina Romano will have an opportunity for what would be her second goal of the game if she's successful here against Harris. And the save is made there by Emily Harris. And possession stays with UT. Well, now Sarah Hinkle gives it to Liebendorfer. The Panthers will start out of their own end. And this is Millie Hurt. Hurt across the Spartans line. Mears drops it, and loose ball now picked up by Minton. She's got to look at the net, Minton, and a save made there by Kylie Warnken, and a bunch of them battle for the loose ball right in front of Kylie Warnken, and the official right there watching it all calls it in favor of Florida Tech. And so I mentioned before that Kayla Minton has one of the Panthers' goals. She came out with it. This is actually Kasia Larenk with the opportunity here, the free position one-on-one against Kylie Warnken. 4.5 to go in the game. And there's the shot. She scores. So a long time coming, as the Panthers had not scored since the first 4 minutes of the game. And they get that monkey off their back, finally.
And I'll say that is the biggest breath of fresh air if you're a Panther fan or player, because a scoring drought like this can be so bad for team morale. It's important, even if it doesn't really mean that much in the scoreline. It does so much to say, hey, we got something past them. We're starting to get back into rhythm. And that's going to be important as you look for the next game. Because if you'd continued with this drought for over 45 minutes, that's the monkey that you're going to have to worry to get off your back for the next game. And that's not the type of weight you want on your shoulders when moving ahead. So it's good to be able to shed that here and focus on playing for pride and seeing a little more damage that you can do with the minutes remaining. At this point, it's only 3:20 to go.
2 of the 3 Panthers goals coming on free position attempts, and I should mention, going back to the one that the Spartans had before that, Christina Romano, that's the first one that UT had today that they did not score on. So the Spartans 7 for 8 on their free position attempts in this game, as you see Emma Mclaughlin crossing midfield with it for UT, and now across the Panthers line, McLaughlin fires a pass down for Olivia Mott, and behind the net, that's Lizzie Pierpont. And now Christina Romano with it. Surprising, we haven't seen really much in terms of personnel changes for the Spartans, as Kelly Gallagher is really stuck with the players that we're used to seeing.
I will say, if I was in Gallagher's position, I'd definitely be experimenting and giving some of the younger players or some of the players who don't always see enough game time a little more action. Although we do see, I think, a couple changes, it still is a majority of the standard Spartan starters.
And now in the far corner, here's Christina Romano going to go one-on-one, and she's bumped there by Mears. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Hinkle. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Hinkle has some room to work, Sarah Hinkle, and doesn't shoot. Instead, lobs a pass back behind the net. Coming out in front was Olivia Mott, and a save made there by Emily Harris. And the Panthers starting out of their own end. Breaking up ahead, Jennifer Boyle. Boyle and the trailing official with the call against the Spartans. And now Millie Hurt sends a pass over for Boyle. And thrown away. And that one should be, they say that it's going to stay. Well, one official, the official here is disagreeing with her counterpart and saying that it deflected and results in Florida Tech still having the ball. It's Caroline Finn on the far side of the field. And now Minton picks it up. Minton with 2 Spartans defenders on her. She goes down. And obviously a call there against UT. We're less than a minute remaining in the game. And now Minton on the restart. And that's Mears. Fallon Mears being chased by Gallinson. And a little spin move shot taken there by Liebendorfer. Goes out of play. Possession stays with Florida Tech. 30 seconds left in the game. Out in front, they score.
It's a good goal by the Panthers there, and I actually almost didn't see it. It was very well taken, and not surprised that it was able to fool Warnken there. It actually almost fooled me up in the booth. So Kylie Morris with that one. Going to see the replay. They're going to take it in with about 30 seconds to go. And yeah, Warnken was just out of position as the goal was taken, but that'll be the final action of the game as time expires, and Tampa will come away with a win.
And ironically, as you were saying before, Taylor, about a little bit of a shot in the arm, people are going to look at this score line and see, wow, the fourth quarter, the Spartans only outscored the Panthers 3-2, but little did they know that the 2 goals were kind of in garbage time for Florida Tech, and the Spartans at that point, what more could you ask out of a team that has hit the 20-goal plateau?
Yeah, right when they hit the 20-goal plateau, I think that's finally where the team was able to downshift into third gear. But even we saw still very aggressive defense. So I think it was just the Panthers finally breaking through, and kind of poetic. They scored 2 goals in the first and scored 2 goals in the fourth to cap off the game.
Yeah, and even that last possession by the Spartans, it looked like, as you said, they were ready to finally take their foot off the gas and just kind of work the ball around. They weren't real eager to try to get a shot away real quick. And it all adds up to their 7th victory of the season as UT, who came into the game ranked number 16, improves to 7-6, while the Panthers drop their 2nd in a row and they fall to 8-3. And so, as I mentioned before, the Spartans now will go on the road. Their next game will be Saturday afternoon up in Winter Park, taking on number 6 Rollins. And for Florida Tech, they will lick their wounds and go back home to Melbourne and take on number 25 Lynn on Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock. Our next broadcast here on TampaSpartans.tv will be a week from today, a 7:45 p.m. start when Embry-Riddle provides the opposition. The final score here today, though, 20-4 in favor of UT as they get 4 goals from Emma Mclaughlin and Lizzie Pierpont and 3 goals from Julia Calderman, and then the scoring parade continues.